Hi, my name's Richard B. Healer. I go to Clemson. I'm doing this video for the what's used to be called Lib 100. Now it's CU100 Clemson Connect. So this is my vlog for mental illnesses. I took this one. I chose it out of the number that we had because, well, I don't really know much about it, and I need to know more, so I took that. We started off just, everybody sat down in this giant circle. We had two current students. They were helping us out, prodding questions and such. We started off by they just chose some random person, stuck them in the middle of the room, and then they had to tell something about themselves. It's like, what's your favorite color, what's your major, something like that. And then if there's someone else in the room that had like that favorite color or something, they'd get up and they'd link arms with them, and we continued to do that until everyone was at their seat and linked, and we like spiraled around. It was pretty cool looking. So we did that as like kind of an icebreaker to start off with, which was pretty good. Then we all sat down, and they gave us these sheets for discussing between, debate, discussion, and dialogue. So we talked about what the differences are. Like, a debate is you're wanting to win the goal, and a discussion is like, okay, well, you can be open or closed-minded in the discussion. You don't have to, have their view or anything. And then dialogue is that everything's open. We came down to that conclusion that everything is open, and that we're not judging people here, and that we're able to speak freely, which is really encouraging when you get into that big of a setting at a new place. Because I'm a transfer student, so I mean, it was pretty cool. So once we did that, we got done with discussing what dialogue is and the reason for those classes, and then they gave us this wheel, this social identity wheel, as you can see right here. It has things like race, ethnicity, social, economic class, gender, age, national origin, just things that most people, that everyone has something to put in. It pertains to everyone. So we were told to fill those in as to what we are. Like, my gender is male, for instance, and like my national origin is USA. So kind of things like that. And then we had to number them as in how they affected us daily. Like, when they have one like religion and race and stuff. And that was kind of tough because I don't really think about these things very much. Like, okay, I'm a male, I mean, like, or like I'm white. I don't go down every day like this is depicting what I do today is because like I'm white, or I'm 22, or whatever. So that was pretty interesting. It got us all thinking and such like that. So we just had to rate them and then try to get percentages. Most people didn't, but and then we went around. We split into groups of 3, 2 to 3. And we would discuss like what our top 3 were and why they were our top 3. And then after we did that, we really got down into what we actually were discussing, which were the mental illnesses and things such as like schizophrenia and stuff like that. And then we all went back to our seats, discussed all that. Then they split us up again into like groups of 4 and 5, and we were given a specific mental disorder or mental illness, and we were instructed to either draw on a piece of paper or on the board what a person with that illness would look like. And of course, we all were trying to be as creative as possible and drawing all these cool things, but we ended up drawing like what their illnesses were. Like if they felt like afraid, like everybody's looking at them, we could draw that, or like what schizophrenia would be, or bipolar disorder. Like there'd be two different things, like a hot and cold kind of thing. We ended up doing that instead of just drawing a normal person, because a normal person has these disorders, and that was, to me, it was really eye-opening, because we were pinpointing their disorder and like putting that on the person instead of just looking at the person. So that was really cool to just be like impacted, and I feel like there's a lot of people that were very taken back by that. They were just like me. They were like, wow, okay, this is pretty cool. But there were a lot of active voices during this whole thing. People were it was hard at first to talk, but after that, I mean, they were just rolling. I don't really talk a whole lot in those big settings, and plus I had like really nothing to bring to the table, because there were a lot of people there that actually had the mental illnesses, or they suffered through them, and they got through them, so they had more of a voice than I did. I was there just wanting to learn like what it was, and I feel like at the time I didn't appreciate it, but now looking back, I appreciate it even more. And I'm glad that we're required to do this. It gives us a good understanding of what other people are going through, and it gets the focus off of us and puts it on them. So yes, I think that is a good component, and that they should keep it for sure. Once again, my name is Richard B. Healer. I go to Clemson, and this is part of my CU100. Thanks.